with Culture Engineered, and I am here with your fourth installment of our benefits series, helping you prepare for your open enrollment or manage your open enrollment process. Most companies are preparing for a January 1st renewal of their benefits, or at least maybe not renewal, but new benefits, period. And so we're here weekly providing you some tips to some of the most commonly asked questions about this process, helping you through it. So today we're here to talk about how to select or what benefits you should include in your benefits package offered to employees. So let's get started. So historically, when we talked about benefits, it was specific to insurance, like medical, dental, and vision. And potentially that's it. So it's changed a lot in recent times. Now when we talk about benefits, there's a much more wide variety of terms lumped into that one term of benefits. So that can include flex time, working remotely, work-life balance benefits, child care assistance, paid time off, professional development, so even like training and conferences, these types of things. Paying for lunch, some people cater lunch, tuition reimbursement. There's a lot of things under this benefits umbrella. So how to choose which benefits matter most and that you should invest in your offering can be a little complex. So we have 3 steps plus 1 bonus tip. So even if you've already gone through your process, we already know which benefits we're offering in our new benefits year. That's okay, because the 1 bonus tip at the end will do wonders for even already established plans. So first step in managing this process and selecting which benefits to include in your offering is to establish your benefits strategy goal. So what is it that you're looking to achieve in the new benefits year with your benefits plan? And unfortunately, this is the most often forgot or neglected step. So it being step number 1, that's pretty important. So figure out what you're looking to achieve. Are you planning on scaling a lot? Are you looking to hire a lot in the new year? So you're looking to create a benefits offering that's attractive to new hires. That can be one of the most popular goals. And it makes sense since 51% Gallup survey shows 51% of employees currently employed with some organization said that they would leave their company for a more lucrative benefits package. So not that they're necessarily looking, but if they were offered one, they would take it. 51%, which is a huge number. Or maybe you're looking to retain. Maybe you've been experiencing a lot of high turnover and you believe that poor benefits historically were a big cause of that, because hopefully you're doing exit interviews and you know why they're leaving. So you're looking to retain a lot of your employees. So of course, benefits package plays a huge level of importance in retaining folks. A SHRM report released earlier this year showed 92% of employees say that benefits are very important or are simply important in their overall job satisfaction. So pretty obviously more than the majority of the population. So a great way to retain your folks. Or maybe you're simply looking to drive performance in your organization. So often you'll see performance-driven companies are really putting a high priority on compensation and considering that there's 2 ways to recognize and reward employees, either compensation or benefits. Instead of investing in benefits, you're looking to invest in compensation. You're wanting to provide more bonuses and commissions and these types of things that tend to be more popular with high performance-driven organizations. So that too can be a different strategy. There can be other strategies, but of those 3, retention, attracting new talent, and driving performance, those tend to be the most popular goals associated with reviewing your benefits plan. So now that you've established your goal, because that's step one. Step two is understanding what benefits will help you achieve that goal. So there's a lot of information online out there on how benefits view and value different or on how employees view and value different benefits. While they're not all consistent, the one consistent theme from all of those reports is definitely that not all employees view benefits the same way. Different types of employees and job candidates view different benefits and their value differently. So one survey, a SHRM report put out earlier this year, actually asked employees to prioritize based on their overall job satisfaction, 7 different benefits. And the order in which they put those as far as how it impacts their overall job satisfaction, the very first one was paid time off. With 63% of the population saying that that was very important. Next was medical benefits, 62% said very important. Work-life balance benefits was third. Defined contribution plans, so that would be like your 401k, 403bs if you're nonprofit, 48%, very important. Family-friendly benefits like childcare and these types of things, very important. The sixth benefit was defined benefit plans, which are really pension plans and pretty non-existent in a lot of companies these days, not very popular, but nonetheless 34% said very important. And the last one being wellness programs, which 27% says employees said it's very important to their overall job satisfaction. So not specific to any type of company, just overall averages. That was kind of the list of priorities as far as employees and how it makes them feel about their jobs. So the value though can really depend. So while those are some good averages to take away, it can depend on industry. For example, healthcare industry, companies in the healthcare industry have employees that really put a high priority on medical insurance, which kind of makes sense, but really how much they're paying for medical insurance, their deductibles, they really get nitty gritty, and that probably has a larger importance on their job satisfaction than maybe a tech company. As far as age can be another factor. Is your company generally made up of millennials or baby boomers? And millennials are going to respond a lot more positively to things like parental leave or maybe tuition reimbursement than say baby boomers would. Gender can play a big role. If you have a high population of women, oftentimes women's surveys have shown women tend to put a lot of value in work-life balance benefits. Highly skilled professionals versus non-skilled labor type jobs will often have different feelings and views on financial and compensation benefits. Similarly, highly compensated individuals will oftentimes look to retirement benefits and value those a lot more than other types of other folks, non-highly compensated individuals. And then your competition. So how your competitor is, treating their benefits. That can determine a lot. Some of them, maybe they're putting a lot of value in the overall, leadership possibilities and developing within, maybe not necessarily the traditional benefits. So those are all things to take into consideration as you navigate that process and figuring out which benefits are valuable within your organization. Some resources to use in determining how benefits play into your into your company and how employees and candidates view benefits when they're interacting with your company. You can survey employees. So this can be casual as far as a conversation, asking employees how they feel about the benefits, what they liked about other benefits that they received. You can ask candidates too. Another way is public data. There's a lot of public information, some of which we touch on today, available to you. So you can research the different benefits and data around benefits in certain populations. And then you can purchase that data. So there's a lot of data collection out there right now for specific types. So if you're interested in how benefits are viewed in your industry with your age population, making, and you give an age or a salary range, you can get some pretty specific data on the benefits that make or break those types of companies and how well or poorly they're recruiting and retaining employees based on those benefit strategies. So some tips to help you out. Culture Engineered also provides some services in that area. So then the third step. So first step, you figured out your strategy. Second step, you figured out the benefits that matter most. This third step is really then to prioritize and identify the most critical benefits within your budget. So knowing that, benefits themselves are only a portion of your cost of labor, and wages and salaries is the other cost of labor. We'll use some information available through the Bureau of Labor Statistics in a report they put out earlier this year to identify what some average costs are for some of the more traditional benefits out there. So let's take a look. So this is a calculator that I use and developed, and built into it are the different percentages given by the employer costs for employee compensation report issued by the BLS, Bureau of Labor and Statistics, earlier this year. And as you can see, you enter the salary, just an average, maybe we'll use an average salary of an employee for a company. You enter it here, and then it gives you the true cost of labor based on their averages in this report, true cost of labor associated with that salary, and then gives you a breakdown of what you, as an average, what employers are paying for insurance, paid leave, retirement and savings, supplemental pay, and legally required benefits such as Medicare, Social Security, workers' comp, unemployment, all that good stuff. So let's say that the average wage or the average salary within our organization is $50,000. So enter $50,000 here, and then it fills all the different amounts that you can expect to pay for the various benefits. The true cost of that employee, an employee making $50,000 using averages, is $73,206.44, because on average, salary and wages is only about 68.3% of the cost of labor for that employee. So however many employees you have, if your average is $50,000 salary, if you're staying within averages throughout the US, you can figure that you're paying on average $73,000 per employee when you figure in benefits. So breaking it down, insurance then would be 8.7% and paid leave 7.1%. Retirement and savings 5.3%, and supplemental pay 3.3%. So if I am trying to figure out, okay, average wage, average salary for my company is $50,000, how much should I be paying per employee for insurance each year if I want to stay within the average? That would be about just over $6,000 per year is what you as a company, if you're wanting to use these averages, would be paying toward an employee's insurance. So again, multiply this by however many employees you have, and that's what you could figure you're paying annually for labor costs just for insurance. So hopefully this helps. So again, you can find all this information on bls.gov, and they provide some annual reports and breakdowns. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to Culture Engineered. We're happy to provide you this calculator as well, and we'll make it available on our website. So using those calculations, you could then see how, okay, if an average employer is paying just over $6,000 a year on a $50,000 salary, I want to be better than that. I know, because of the research we talked about in step 2, I know that insurance, I'm a healthcare company, and I know that insurance is the most valuable benefit to my employees. So, and I really have a lot of scaling to do. I can't lose any employees next year. I've really got to have something that keeps them around, and I want to leverage my benefits package and offering to make sure that I keep the right folks and I'm attracting the right folks. So instead of just 8.7%, I'm going to put toward, what I cover as a company for benefits, I'm going to up it to 10% or 12%. This again, using these averages, you can really figure out the right approach for you so that you can maximize your competitive edge when it comes to the employee experience and attracting new talent as well as retaining the talent that you have there. The bonus tip then, so we talked about the 3 tips: identify your benefits goal, identify the benefits that will help you get to achieve that goal, and then third being prioritize the importance of those benefits within your budget so that you're really investing in the benefits that are going to have the biggest impact to your goal. And then my bonus tip would be market your benefits. So this is often not done. So what are the 2 times, maybe 1 or 2 times a year that we talk about benefits? When someone is hired and then open enrollment. So considering you just saw the average cost of maybe, just insurance themselves, just insurance itself is 8.7%. Why are we only talking about it 1 time a year? That's a really big part that employees, if we're not talking about it, employees will forget. So there's some things you can do to remind them of this investment and really place a high value on it. And that's why it's a bonus tip. So 1, do a benefit statement. So maybe once a year, maybe more often, maybe you have it available to them through some employee portal. Put a dollar value on the various benefits that you offer using some of this public data or even data that you can calculate internally, and identify what you are paying for each employee's benefits, and let them know. Again, I think I saw a statistic: $24,000 a year is the average amount that companies are going to be paying for one employee's benefits. You should talk about that. That's a big investment. And so when an employee forgets and thinks, I only make this much a year, so that's what they invest in me, instead they'll have that to go off of and can figure in, plus this other $24,000 or whatever the amount is that you choose to invest. Also compare yours, we talked a little bit about this, but compare your investment to competitors. So what are your competitors doing? We do this with products and services. When you go on Amazon and they show you could pay this and here's their ratings. You do the same thing for the employee experience. Here's what the guy down the road is offering. Here's what we're offering. It's a better package. Don't go there, stay here. Because we invest in you, because we care about what matters to you and your family and to your overall satisfaction. It's really important, and it goes a long way. And then the third thing, again, continue to promote your benefits. We just talked about it. We usually only talk about it 2 times a year when someone's new, maybe 1 time a year. You should always be talking about your progress when it comes to benefits. Maybe it's lowering the rate that employees are paying. Maybe it's talking about lowering your deductible. Maybe you're, doubling the parental leave that you offer employees, or you're, instead of providing food once a week, you're doing it twice a week. These are all big investments, and you really need to advocate for yourself in the investment that you're making so that employees can see that too. We're just forgetful people. So really keep it in front of them. So hopefully these have provided you some great tips in getting started in choosing your benefits, plus the 1 bonus tip on how to really bring value to your overall benefits package. So follow us on our YouTube channel or check out our blog. Otherwise, reach out to Culture Engineered if you need any help in developing your benefits package. And join us next month when we talk about managing performance, helping you gear up for the appraisal process that most companies are going through in the next few weeks here.